Down what you think Hez's biggest strengths are and what you think his biggest holes in his game are as well.
Yeah, strength-wise, he's got good cardio, very good cardio. You know, he's like an old, what do you call him, he's like a hyena, just keeps coming. You know, he looks like one and he's fit like one. So he's got that on his side and he's tough. He's got a good grappling game. He's got a sneaky guillotine which he likes to use in the transition when guys are getting up from bottom. Something that we've worked on, and he's good. He's good wrestling, you know, and I feel that's his strong points, but his weak points, I feel like he freezes up a lot. Like when he gets hit, he kind of hides and covers a lot, but he's very sneaky at getting in for the body lock. He likes the body lock to get the knee tap to take you down. So, but you know, I've seen that all before. Nothing I've never seen before, but I feel like the holes in his game are his stand-up and his. He's a bit chinny as well. I think he's got a bit of a weak chin. You know, he's been caught a few times, but some guys have never kind of caught him a few more to finish him. So, and I feel like I got a tough chin. So, hopefully, can stand and bang and fight.
He's very aggressive with his pre-fight talk. You know, he thinks he's going to break your skull. He thinks he's already broken your spirit. You know, is there like a personal edge for you going into this with how he's been pre-fight?
You know, he's going to say, as I said before, he's going to say all this but taking my heart. I'm one tough motherfucker, I'm telling you. I'll never quit. I'll never quit in a fight, and you can see that in my fights I got a lot of heart, so if he wants to try and play that game, fair enough to him, but he's the one that's got the insecurities, he's got the problems, because as I said before, he says all this whenever he's on the camera, but once we see face to face and eye to eye, we ate food today, I looked at him dead in the eye, what was he doing? He was looking for dust on the floor, you know, so I saw that he's, you know, so we'll see whenever we fight.
There's quite a few heated exchanges over Twitter and stuff like that. Do you know, like, who or where that started and why?
Well, it first came, I thought, okay, let's hype this up a wee bit. Like, I'm not a smack talker, you know, so I thought, let's kind of add a wee bit more spice to this fight. I said, when you're coming across here, my girl needs a new handbag. You know, I ain't going to dish out like $250 for a Louis Vuitton handbag. I hear they're going cheap over there in Sweden. Bring me one over, and then it kind of fed from there. I knew he was going to bite the bait straight away. So, because he's stupid, you know, he's stupid. He bit the bait. So now we got to fight.
Is that something you feel though you need to do now to put yourself out there? Because a lot of guys who've, you know, talk smack have really come into the forefront in the last couple of years.
Yeah, as I said before, I'm not really like that, but it was blatant obvious that I was going to say something about that. You know, it's like you heard about his history, the whole, like, what happened, but then again, that's got fuck all to do with me. You know, I just heard that this is what he's did. I saw it all on YouTube. And he denies that he's did it, but we know it is. He's a snatch and grab, so I had to throw it out there. I definitely had to, and then it just fed from there and kept building. I wasn't going to back down. He never backed down because we're fighters. We kind of just want to get the last word in.
You've stayed at home in next gen the whole camp. This time you haven't gone out to. Have you gone out to Alliance? No, you've stayed at home. Yeah, that's stayed at home.
Stayed here and trained the whole time with my coach, Rodney Moore. We got a great team of boys up there, as you saw in Bama. You saw, like, maybe I'm not meant to say that, but I know as you saw there at the last show, we got a lot of great young lads come up through, and I believe that we got a good team of boys there, you know.
Being at home, obviously, it's a lot easier. You don't have to, you know, deal with the jet lag when you get home and the issues of weight. Has that been sort of psychologically a better thing for you to be at home, having your home surroundings and everything like that around you?
Yeah, but one thing, whenever I went to, like, don't get me wrong, I'll go back to American train 100%, but there I found it very hard to sleep, and that was messing up my training. You're coming into training like 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm lying up in them dorms up in the room till like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, trying to get up in the morning to train. You know, that messes your body up. You're coming into training not even wanting to train. You're weak as water, and your mind just plays like these tricks, and you're like, screw that. But then, you know, it works for people. Some people like to be away to get mentality side of things, but it's how you focus with it. It's all in here. And people say, oh, you should be going training there because it's better for your mind. Look at Frank Edgar, he trains at home and stays at home the whole time, and he's one of the best fighters in the world, so who cares? I stayed here and I believe that I'm ready for this fight, and that's all that matters.
So Norman, when this fight was announced and he returned, considering his history and what he had done, were you surprised that he was giving it a second shot in the UFC?
Yeah, I did ask Joe Silva could I fight him, because after my last fight in Brazil, he wanted to give me a quick turnaround. He offered me to fight in America somewhere, but I was off, the knee was sore, and I was off for a while. I just took 2 months, did nothing. and I just says, you know, if I was fit, I would, or if I was in any shape, form, or fashion to fight, I would definitely fight. But I just had a bit of time off, my knee sore. So then I says, could I fight in Dublin? And then he says, okay, I'll get you an opponent. I said, no problem. So then they came back with Reza, and I was like, right, I know this name here, you know, because Alex trained at Alliance Wales guys, and we heard that he trained there, so I trained there. I know that we heard the way he fights and trains, so I was like, this is the lad who, you know, did the robbery. So I was like, no problem, let's get it on. I just signed the contract and sent it. I never really thought anything else about, you know, should he be back, you know, blah blah blah. But we're fighting him, and that's all that matters.
He's forced a number of opponents to tap out. Are you worried about that?
I know he's. I know he had a fight in Brazil, which I thought he won. You know, I thought he won the fight in Brazil against the Brazilian lad. So technically, I feel like he's undefeated. And he's tapped out Michael Johnson, and his first fight he tapped out his opponent. But who cares who he's tapped out? Them guys played the wrong game. You know, they played the wrong game. Michael Johnson at that time was a straight striker, you know. But look at him now, he's a beast now, and he would completely destroy my daddy now if they fought. Plain and simple, that's what I see. That's my opinion. And the first fight he had in the UFC where he beat the guy was dusting him up. He was dusting him. But the guy got too over aggressive and played straight into Reza's game. He took him down, submitted him. So well done to him for that, but I don't think he's going to ever do that to me.
So normally MMA fans will latch on to like their hometown fighter, or fighter of the same nationality. But you know, we did an interview with you, and we've had some stories and stuff like that for this site. And some Swedish fans are very much rooting for you because they dislike him. How do you feel about that?
That's fine, you know, because I hear he's pretty popular in Sweden. I don't know what reasons he's popular for, but I think we know why. But you know, if the Swedes want to, if them Swedish girls want to cheer for me, I don't mind because they're beautiful anyway.
He's been off for 30 months. He's been out of the octagon for 30 months. Do you think ring rust is real, and do you plan on hitting him in the gas tank as well as, you know, in the head?
Well, it could be a factor, but I'm not going to play that game and think that he is. But I tell you what, straight off the bat, I'll pressure him. I'll be straight in his face the whole time, and I will box him straight in the pocket. So, and he can shoot for his takedown. I'll stuff his takedown, break him away, and beat him up on the feet. I'll just keep the pressure on him the whole time. So, and then the fighter can tell if he's getting slower. The fighter can read that straight away. It's like a sixth sense. You'll read it once you're in there. If he starts to step back, I'm going to keep the pressure on him, and I've got my corner there as well. So,
how do you think you can finish him?
Probably TKO. I feel like I could TKO him. Yeah, maybe in the second or third round.
Now that you've got that TK obviously against Katani last year, you know, there was I think you were sort of over trying. Rodney was saying to me that, you know, you were forcing the issue a bit. Is that something that's off your mind now, when you can go in more relaxed into the octagon on Saturday night and look for that finish?
That's true. They say like you let it come naturally, never chase after. But I know Katani, like he came into that fight in Dublin last year. He was a broken man. He was. You could see it. I could see it in his eyes. I'm not going to lie and sit here and say, oh, like I busted him up. He was broke before he even stepped in there, and I played on it, to be honest. So. But I know Reza's not like that. He's a tough full nut, but I can see him. I can see there's weakness there, and I'll feed off that. But
and you talked about Brazil as well a moment ago. You know, guys, you know, I think Reza had a tough call there. You've had some terrible decisions go your way in Brazil. You've lost your last two fights. You know, with the recent cuts, is there extra pressure on you to win this fight, Norm?
I just said before there. No, I don't. I'm just going out there to fight. There's that whole scenario was played in my mind, so I'm not even thinking about that. You know, I'm just going out there to put on a great fight. A fight that I'm capable of, the fight that my coaches know that I'm capable of, the people that train with me know, who sparred with me know that I'm capable of far better. They were tough fights. I know they were replacements. The last two fights were replacements, completely changed opponents. So, but you got to adapt, and that's it. So I know I'm fighting here Saturday night, and it's interesting. It's a good one. I'm looking forward to that.